What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk just crypto in general in this video. I want to talk a little bit about the day, just kind of off the cuff what's happening, because there are a lot of great crypto headlines on the day. And instead of just making a video and talking about each and every one of them, we're going to kind of put it all together, because it really does make a difference if you want to stay up to date and be ahead of the curve when we talk about what's coming next. All right, so let's get into the discussion. If you guys are all new here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe right down below. We are going to talk crypto for the next 5 or 6 minutes. I appreciate you guys all tuning in. Also, if you haven't followed me on X, make sure you do so. My handle is at the crypto mark, or T crypto mark, if you want to find me through a search. And that's where you can find it right here, guys. And you got to be careful. There are a lot of impersonators out there and people looking to, I think there's actually one person that is added an L to the end of my name. So that's something to keep in mind. But I want to get into kind of this discussion right here as we look into it, right? The CPI numbers have been great. Inflation is down, all right? And that's something where we look into the wiggle room for the Fed to cut interest rates. I want to bring full circle the discussion between Donald Trump and the chainsaw they're taking to the government, basically to, in some form or fashion, attempt to disbar everything that has been the systems that we have operated under for as long as I can remember. All right. Now, what this will do is potentially boost risk assets. And yes, all you crypto holders out there, that's you. Okay. So who wouldn't want a boost right now as we look into the market? And it is an overall green day. The bubbles are green. They're flourishing. It's not necessarily taking back what we've lost over the last few days, but there are a lot of storylines that I want to talk about outside of kind of just what the price action is on the day. All right. You guys know me for what I talk about, some of the cryptos in specific, the ones that I do hold. And, you know, the majority of that discussion is what are those cryptos doing on the day? I thought it was relevant just to talk about the entire market, because right now, everything is macro. Everything is macro. The tariff talks, what we have with Russia, Ukraine, and even so much of the, I guess you would call it arms race, what we have coming down within some of the initiatives taken by operators and countries trying to get involved and into the fold. I think we got a little Cold War situation going on, where everybody's going to have that race for technology, right? Back in the day, it was the race to the moon. If that even happened, all you people out there that do believe that happened, that's fine. If you don't believe that happened, that's fine too. But that's just the analogy that I'm going to use to put the crypto world into the conversation, right? It's not the race to the moon anymore. It's the race for blockchain dominance within your own countries. And that's kind of the whole concept of the strategic reserve, right? We can talk Bitcoin, we can talk XRP, we can talk Solana, ADA, and whatever other crypto that is going to be named by Donald Trump. And now that does not mean that every country has to follow that suit. But I do think that we will have that domino effect, that little bit of a phenomenon going on from nation to nation as we see this storyline develop, okay? But the big news today, we couple some of the macroeconomic data, CPI data, inflation. A lot of people are going to attribute that to Joe Biden, and that we're seeing a little like 3, 4, 5 month lag from when he was exiting office. Time will tell, okay? Time will tell. And we have a lot of headlines along the macro, Federal Reserve kind of doing away with some things. We have the potential for the IRS, no federal income tax for holders. I shouldn't say holders, but earners under $150,000 is the rumor that what Trump wants to enact. Will we get those $5,000 checks? Time will tell. Time will tell if that would be a good thing for United States citizens, okay? But it kind of lends to the next conversation of a headline that I do want to disclose to you guys. 6 of Trump's cabinet members have disclosed Bitcoin assets worth a total of millions. Now, this was relevant for me because this is something where there are 22 cabinet members, but at least 6, okay, hold Bitcoin assets in crypto wallets, in indirect holdings through investment vehicles such as crypto-based ETFs. Now, this is something coming out from public officials' financial disclosures dating back 2024 to 2025 that was made available to the public. There you go. We all kind of know the front runners and the people at the forefront of who holds what. We know RFK is big in it. We know Russell Voigt. We know Scott Bessent. And even you can go into some of the czars, in talking about David Sachs, so on and so forth, okay? You can talk about it till you're blue in the face. And now a lot of these things that are kind of on the forefront of this discussion aren't holders. They're not whales that are going to move the envelope with hundreds of millions of dollars of buys. However, it is relevant to talk about Donald Trump right now because this is a tweet that I read a little bit earlier on, okay? And the reason why this is relevant is because Donald Trump owns a crap load of Ethereum. Now, as we look into the top 10 here on the crypto bubbles, you can see Bitcoin 81.5, Ethereum sub 2,000. It's something that I do want to conversate about because I do think Ethereum is going to be the one that does hit next, okay? And if you watch my content, you know what cryptos I'm big on. We talk Ondo Finance a lot. We talk about HBAR. We talk about Chainlink and kind of the role that we see within government. And this is a kind of graphic that I want to share with you guys real quickly about World Liberty Financial. You can see kind of that portfolio allocation. Now, this was as of March 6, 2025. All right, coming out from dropstab.com. Credit to them. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see it full screen. You might have to zoom in a little bit just to kind of understand where we're headed with this. Chainlink, Aave, Movement, Athena, Ondo, Wrapped BTC, Tron, and Ethereum, along with some stable coins along the way. Now, that is very, very relevant to my discussion because if you see the biggest chunk on the board, Ethereum making up over 33% of this value, sub $2,000. When Joe Biden was in office, Ethereum was pushing 4,000, and you're going to be reminded of that from a lot of people out there on X, wherever you want to find that information, where they kind of just ask, are we going in the right direction? Well, that's where we're going to come full circle with this, guys, and I appreciate if you're still watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. But the big storyline outside of Bitcoin, kind of at these levels, is the direction that we're headed in. I just did a video talking about the XRP and Ripple moving into kind of getting it accepted in terms of approval and regulatory measures, getting those boxes checked within Dubai. That is a huge step forward. I think what we're going to see in 2025, and it's maybe kind of independent of the price action moving, is we're going to start seeing dominoes fall. And we're going to start checking boxes that you never even thought existed. And the table's going to get set. Now, whether or not that constitutes that XRP, that Bitcoin, that Ethereum is going to pump, time will tell. But I do think that what the big storyline that we have to kind of put at the forefront of the equation is we have the opportunity right now at these levels to possibly buy crypto at levels that we will never see again. All right? You got to ask yourself a question. I want to know down below in the comments, do you think Bitcoin will ever go below 80,000 ever again? All right. Some of my numbers think that we were going to see a crash to 76K before we start getting some tailwinds. But that is kind of the big narrative here. Will we ever see Bitcoin at this level ever again? Is this the generational bottom? Okay. That's a question we have to ask ourselves. I just watched a video from Eric Trump talking about he believes that Bitcoin will reach $1 million per BTC one day. Firmly believes that. Now, myself, and probably you guys as well watching, probably have a hard time getting behind that argument. Is it impossible? Time will tell. But scarcity does suggest that that does have an avenue to reach that level. Now, we talked about kind of the strategic reserve and what's going to happen with that front. ETFs, we have huge momentum in a lot of different phases of this whole wave of crypto just infiltrating the way that we're used to living our lives. Talked about government expenditures and how we can cut down waste by instituting blockchain to kind of take over government. Talk about kind of what we're seeing within the voting structure, how blockchain can solve those problems. We talk healthcare. We talk just everyday analytics. We talk workplace efficiency. Blockchain's potential is absolutely endless, and just as easy as we saw this in the .com bubble and how all that transpired, right? Everybody was joking about those silly little plastic square boxes that were heavy as hell. They were joking about that logo on the front, the apple, the rainbow apple on the front of those monitors. Nobody knew that it would grow to become one of the largest corporations in America in the world of all time. Okay. We can go down the argument even further. We can talk about Amazon. I heard a very good discussion about Amazon and how the approach taken by Jeff Bezos, right? It's something where you can not discredit people's initiative in this day and age because you just truly, frankly, don't know the potential that we have, right? The big stink with Amazon, and this is going to reiterate comments that I heard from another discussion, Amazon did not offer dividends. And everybody kind of faded Amazon. They wanted dividends. They wanted to be involved in that front. Well, now look who's laughing, okay? Sometimes the goals, dreams, and aspirations of others don't match up with kind of what's the easy way, the easy road to go down. And I think that's kind of the storyline of blockchain right now. If you would go walk through a mall, through a shopping center, go into a public building, a workplace, I bet you it's about 50% of the people actually know what crypto is. 50% of the people maybe hold crypto. And then I think you'd get down into single digits if you talk to people and actually ask them how many people actually knew what blockchain was, what the science behind it is, how does it work, how does it function, other than just, hey, I'm buying A, B, or C crypto to get rich quick. And that's kind of the discussion that I wanted to have with you guys today, because there are a multitude of headlines that we can go down. But the summation of it all is this is the best environment in the most bullish ecosystem for crypto traders in my lifetime and probably yours that we've ever seen. And I really just think it's the beginning, okay? I'll never tell you guys to buy or sell a crypto. This is not financial advice. I will talk to you guys about my feelings and my holdings and where I stand with all of my crypto. And that's kind of the purpose of me having this channel, okay? But as we conclude, guys, I'm showing you the Bitcoin chart here on BTCC. This is one of the exchanges that I am partnered with. If you guys want to get involved with them, there is a link down below. Spot and futures trading available to not only worldwide clients, but also United States-based, where you can trade spot and futures, one of the longest withstanding exchanges, a very good reputation. There is a link down below if you want to get involved with some of their promotions and start trading today with BTCC. Make sure it's right for you and your financial journey after running it through your due diligence, okay? But I'll leave you with this, and that's kind of my closing remark in this kind of expelling of the overall state of crypto, all right? This is my getting it off my chest. I wanted to share with you guys my thoughts, because if you've watched my content, you know which cryptos I'm bullish on. I talk about them every single day, but this is more so macro. This is more so take a step back, get away from the price action, get away from the charts, and just understand and realize what kind of environment we are in right now. And I think that is the take-home message that I think a lot of people are losing sight of, because all they care about is how big is their investments growing to, okay? And that's just it. I think from a macro stance, we got it all wrong. We're looking at all the wrong places for answers. This is the most pro-crypto environment with the most bullish narratives that we've ever had. And all we care about is the fact that Bitcoin's at 80,000 instead of making the other argument that Bitcoin might be the cheapest price that it'll ever be in this very short period of time. Because if you go back and you look back into the latter part of 2024, we were into the 50,000 level for Bitcoin. It can change just like this, okay? So with that, I'll leave you guys. Appreciate you giving me a couple minutes of your time. I know we went on this one, but there is so much that I could talk about within crypto, and I wanted to share with you guys some of my thoughts. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe before exiting this video, and we'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.